Traditional funding methods often come with their own set of challenges: high interest rates, strict repayment schedules, and the potential loss of ownership. For many entrepreneurs, these obstacles can stifle growth and innovation. But what if there was a way to secure the capital you need without giving up equity or getting buried under debt? Enter revenue-based funding, a flexible, innovative financing model that's gaining traction among entrepreneurs. Unlike traditional loans or equity financing, revenue-based funding offers a more adaptable approach, allowing businesses to repay investors based on their actual revenue rather than fixed installments. How exactly does revenue-based funding work? What makes it so appealing to startups and small businesses? And most importantly, could it be the right solution for your entrepreneurial journey? As the landscape of business financing continues to evolve, more and more entrepreneurs are turning to alternative funding methods. Revenue-based funding, in particular, is emerging as a powerful tool for growth, offering a lifeline to businesses that need capital without the drawbacks of traditional financial models. Revenue-based funding, sometimes referred to as royalty-based financing, is an alternative funding model where investors provide capital to a business in exchange for a percentage of the company's future revenue. Unlike traditional loans, there's no fixed repayment schedule. Instead, payments fluctuate based on the business's revenue, aligning the interests of both the investor and the entrepreneur. Traditional loans come with rigid repayment terms, typically requiring monthly payments regardless of your business's performance. Equity financing, on the other hand, means giving up a portion of your company's ownership in exchange for funds. Revenue-based funding sits somewhere in between, offering the flexibility of payments based on revenue without sacrificing equity. Here's how it typically works. An investor provides a lump sum of capital to your business. In return, you agree to share a percentage of your revenue until a predetermined amount, usually a multiple of the original investment, is repaid. This means that during high revenue months, you'll pay more, and during leaner times, you'll pay less. The exact terms, including the percentage of revenue and repayment cap, are negotiated up front. Revenue-based funding is particularly appealing to businesses with recurring revenue streams, such as subscription-based models or service businesses. The funding is typically faster to secure than traditional loans, with less stringent requirements, making it accessible to a wider range of businesses. One of the most significant advantages of revenue-based funding is its inherent flexibility. Unlike traditional loans that demand fixed monthly payments, revenue-based funding adjusts to your business's performance. If your revenue dips in a given month, your repayment amount decreases accordingly. This flexibility helps maintain healthy cash flow, reducing the financial strain during slower periods. Another compelling benefit is that you don't have to give up any equity in your company. In contrast to venture capital or equity financing, where you might relinquish a portion of your ownership and control, revenue-based funding allows you to retain full ownership. This is particularly advantageous for entrepreneurs who are protective of their business vision and long-term strategy. Traditional loans often require extensive documentation, lengthy approval processes, and rigorous credit checks. Revenue-based funding, however, is typically faster and more straightforward. Investors are more focused on your revenue potential than your credit history, making this an attractive option for businesses with a solid revenue stream but limited access to traditional financing. Consider the case of a growing e-commerce business that needed additional capital to expand its inventory. Instead of taking on a traditional loan or seeking equity investment, the company opted for revenue-based funding. With the flexible repayment terms, they were able to scale their operations while keeping their cash flow intact. Another example is a SaaS startup that used revenue-based funding to accelerate product development without diluting ownership among the founders. Revenue-based funding is especially suited for businesses with recurring revenue models, such as subscription services or SaaS companies. These businesses have predictable income streams, making it easier to manage the variable repayment terms associated with this type of funding. It's an ideal solution for companies that need to grow quickly without the constraints of traditional financing. While revenue-based funding offers many advantages, it's important to consider potential drawbacks. One of the main concerns is that the overall cost of this type of funding can be higher than traditional loans. Since the repayments are based on revenue, if your business experiences significant growth, the total amount repaid could exceed what you would have paid with a fixed interest loan. Another challenge is the dependency on consistent revenue. If your business experiences a downturn, or if revenue fluctuates significantly, it could impact your ability to make repayments. While the payment amounts adjust with your revenue, a prolonged period of low revenue could extend the repayment period, potentially leading to longer-term financial obligations. Revenue-based funding may not be the best option for all types of businesses. It is particularly suited for companies with predictable and recurring revenue streams. Businesses with highly volatile or unpredictable revenues might find it challenging to manage the fluctuating repayment amounts. Additionally, companies that anticipate needing a large amount of capital up front might find that revenue-based funding does not provide the necessary scale compared to other financing options. When considering revenue-based funding, it's crucial to carefully evaluate your business's financial situation and growth projections. Entrepreneurs should consider the percentage of revenue they are willing to commit, the potential duration of the repayment period, and the total cost of capital. It's also essential to negotiate favorable terms with investors to ensure that the funding aligns with your business goals and financial capabilities. In summary, revenue-based funding is an innovative and flexible financing option that's gaining popularity among entrepreneurs for good reason. It offers a way to secure capital without the burdens of traditional loans or the need to give up equity. With its flexible repayment structure, it aligns investor and business interests, making it a compelling choice for companies with predictable revenue streams. For entrepreneurs, especially those who want to retain full control over their business, revenue-based funding represents a powerful tool for growth. It allows you to access the capital you need to expand, innovate, and thrive, all while maintaining your ownership and vision. However, it's important to carefully consider the potential costs and ensure that this funding model aligns with your business goals. If you're an entrepreneur looking for a flexible and equitable way to fund your business's growth, revenue-based funding might be the perfect solution for you. Don't forget to explore all your options, and if you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell for more insights into funding your entrepreneurial journey.